the very sin we have inherited of Adam that dwells in our flesh. Too many times, hundreds, thousand times we sin, right? And internationally, we sinned just without intention. From what? From the indwelling sin. There's something within that's called sin, indwelling our flesh. And it came in through Adam's fall. Then it entered into the human race. With all the human beings, there is such a thing that is called sin. According to Romans 7, you could see actually sin is something personified, because it can dwell, it can kill, it can do a lot of things, right? This is a living sin. Sin as a living person. So it is the personified sin. Or we can say, what is sin? Sin is just Satan's sinful nature. As it is the nature of Satan, so it is Satan itself. Satan stands by himself. I tell you, in the eyes of God, in the whole universe, is sin. And this sin has entered at a time, what time? At the time of Adam's fall. When Adam fell, that opened the gate for this sin, which is Satan himself, to come into our being, indwelling our flesh, dwells in our flesh. You could check, you think about it. Too many times you want to do good. You want to honor your parents. You want to regard your brother, right? Yet the coming out was just vice versa. You did something which you had no intention to do it. So Paul says what? Paul says, if so, it's not I, Paul says, but sin that dwells in me. So could you see two persons there? One person does want to sin. He doesn't want to do it. And the other person within him does it. Right? Two persons. So Paul was living a life of two persons. A life of himself, Saul of Tarsus, and also a life of something that is called sin. Right? How about this? Yeah. Haven't you found out this? Yeah, sure. No need to say before you were saved. Even today, too many times, a kind of a war, a kind of fighting within us, right? I just love the church, yet something within me, I don't like that church. How about this? Yeah, and sometimes you say, I love all the saints. All of them are dear saints. Oh, how lovable. But there was a fight. Don't you like to be holy? Surely, we all aspire. Right? We like to be holy. Then how about the coming out? How holy? Is there any holiness? All the day long, we commit sin of ignorance. All the day long. Don't you like to be a good husband? So nice, right? So careful. I'm right. then how about the coming out? Are you so nice? Are you so careful? Right? Everybody like to be an angel. The sisters, I mean. The wives. All the wives like to be angels. Eventually, what is the coming out? We are not trustworthy. We just are not trustworthy. Right? This is what is called in typology the sin of ignorance. Another point is that don't forget anything that is dead out of your flesh, that is sin. Even your love out of your flesh in the eyes of God is sin. Not only good things, bad things are sin. Even the good things, as long as they are out of the flesh, they are sin. Not the outcome counts, but the source. The source counts. This is why the Bible tells us what? We, the Christians, have crucified the flesh, right, with all its lust. The flesh. Of course, I shouldn't use this term, the good flesh, the bad flesh. But in our human eyes, we do have this kind of understanding, right? The good flesh, the bad flesh. We are all flesh. I tell you, whether good, whether bad, whether in the middle, as long as we are the flesh, we are sin. The flesh, according to human life, is altogether one with sin. And sin is altogether one with Satan. Actually, sin is Satan. And Satan is altogether one with the Word. And the Word is always one with authority. The Prince, authority. These five things are just one matter. The flesh, sin, Satan, the Word, and the Prince. That means the authority. The Word is just struggling for power. Right? Every nation is struggling for power. Every individual is struggling for power. Galatians 5, those verses again. 26. Let us not become vainglorious, provoking one another, and but envying one another. This is the concluding verse of those verses. In this concluding verse, you could see what glory, struggle for vainglory. Am I right? Let's not become vainglorious. That means we are. Well, this morning, as we are on the sin offering, and you have to know the sin offering, strictly speaking, is not dealing with sin itself. It's dealing with our flesh. Could you see? It's dealing with the very evil one, Satan, in our flesh. Right. It's dealing with the Word. It's dealing with the struggle for power. Am I right? This is why I give you a broad denotation of the sin offering. Sin, you have to know the Bible in such a way. When the Bible condemns sin, it condemns the flesh, It condemns Satan. It condemns the world. It condemns the prince. That means the authority. And this implies the struggle for power. Saints, this is the way to get into the Holy Word.